Have you ever felt the sting of someone's disdain, that uneasy feeling of being overlooked or underestimated, as if your presence is insignificant? What most people don't realize is that there are clever ways to shift the dynamic, not through revenge or bitterness, but through actions that evoke an unexpected response. In this guide, we'll dive into 14 strategies that, when applied thoughtfully, not only leave those who scorn you unsettled, but also boost your self-esteem and personal power. These aren't the obvious approaches, some might even seem counterintuitive at first. Yet, each is grounded in personal development and Stoic philosophy. Get ready to transform others' indifference into powerful fuel for your growth. And the best part? These actions don't demand extraordinary effort. You can start applying them today and watch the changes unfold. Help us spread this message of hope and encouragement to others who may be at their own crossroads, uncertain of what the future holds. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Topic 1: Self-sufficiency and freedom. Picture yourself walking through a dense forest where every step you take is your own choice, every direction entirely yours to decide. This is the essence of self-sufficiency in Stoic philosophy. Being self-sufficient means not only making your own decisions, but also freeing yourself from the weight of external expectations and pressures. It's like being the captain of your own ship, sailing calmly without relying on others to steer your course. A modern Stoic understands that true self-sufficiency is the key to controlling their destiny, bringing with it a sense of freedom that is unmatched. Like a pillar of resilience, they attract admiration and respect from those around them. But self-sufficiency isn't just a philosophical concept, it's a practice woven into everyday choices, both large and small. When you decide that your happiness isn't tied to external validation, you begin building an internal fortress. Stoic philosophy reminds us that this fortress is unshakable, constructed with bricks of self-discipline and confidence. Imagine someone who, instead of being tossed around by life's winds, stands firm like a deeply rooted tree, unaffected by the storms. That's the strength of self-sufficiency: stability in the midst of chaos. It also means following your own path, even when it's a solitary journey. Often, society tries to mold us into shapes that don't reflect our true selves. But the Stoic knows the value of walking a path that feels right, even if it means going against the grain. In doing so, they embody a quiet strength that is impervious to manipulation. After all, how do you control someone who refuses to bend to the whims of others? The modern Stoic is a living example of independence, proving that happiness doesn't require the chains of outside approval. But self-sufficiency doesn't equate to isolation. On the contrary, it means being so grounded in who you are that you can choose your relationships with intention and clarity. By being self-sufficient, you're not driven to please everyone. Instead, you seek out relationships based on mutual respect and shared values. Imagine becoming the kind of person who, rather than conforming to fit in, creates their own space, one where only those who truly matter are welcomed. This is the true power of living according to Stoic principles of self-sufficiency, relationships that truly enrich your life. Another essential element of self-sufficiency is knowing when to say no. Embracing self-sufficiency means recognizing that your time and energy are far too valuable to be wasted on things that don't enhance your life. By prioritizing what truly matters, you become more efficient, happier, and most importantly, freer. A modern Stoic understands that by simplifying their life, they not only create more time but also uncover a clarity of purpose that is rare in today's chaotic world. Think of it like sculpting a statue, removing the unnecessary to reveal the masterpiece that has always been there. This freedom, born from self-sufficiency, embodies one of the greatest lessons Stoicism offers. True freedom isn't about avoiding responsibility, but in choosing which responsibilities to take on. When you decide what is truly worth your effort and what isn't, you become the architect of your life. It's like holding the key to an invisible prison. Once you use it, you unlock yourself from all the chains that held you captive. Stoicism, with its focus on self-sufficiency, teaches us that genuine freedom lies in living according to your own values, not the expectations of others. So I ask you, how self-sufficient have you been in your decisions and the way you live your life? Share your reflections in the comments and tell us how you've applied or plan to apply this philosophy in your everyday life. Topic 2: Emotional balance and the art of not reacting. Picture yourself as a serene lake, where even though a small stone may create ripples on the surface, the calm in the depths remains untouched. This is a powerful metaphor for emotional balance, one of Stoicism's most profound lessons. A modern Stoic knows that true strength isn't found in reacting to every slight or provocation, but in staying calm, assessing the situation with clarity, and acting only when necessary. This ability to hold back from reacting impulsively changes how you approach challenges, allowing you to stay grounded even when chaos surrounds you. When you master the art of not reacting, it becomes clear to everyone around you that you are a person of resilience and emotional fortitude. For instance, imagine being in the middle of a heated argument, but instead of being swept up in the heat of the moment, you choose to remain calm and let the storm pass. This calm demeanor not only disarms those who seek to provoke you, but also shows that you are in control of your emotions, not ruled by the emotions of others. In Stoic philosophy, this poise is seen as a sign of maturity and wisdom, something that anyone can cultivate through practice and patience. In a world filled with constant stimuli, learning not to react impulsively becomes a path to true inner strength, lead us to immediate and impulsive reactions. But the Stoic understands that true freedom lies in choosing how to respond. Think of everyday scenarios like when someone cuts you off in traffic or a coworker makes a rude remark. The instinctive reaction might be to retaliate, but the modern Stoic knows better than to surrender their power to another person. Instead, they recognize that their inner peace holds far more value than a fleeting reaction. It's like being the conductor of your own symphony, where each note is purposefully selected to create harmony, not chaos. This mindset also helps break the cycle of provocation and conflict, a pattern all too common in human interactions. By choosing not to react, you deprive the situation of the fuel it needs to escalate. Imagine someone throwing wood onto a fire that simply doesn't ignite eventually. They give up out of frustration. In this way, by not reacting, you safeguard your peace while setting an example that can inspire others to follow suit. The modern Stoic knows this is one of the most effective ways to transform conflict into opportunities for mutual growth. However, maintaining emotional balance doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. Instead, it involves understanding them and making conscious decisions about how to act. Stoicism teaches us that emotions serve a purpose, but they shouldn't dictate our actions. Think of emotions as advisors whose counsel you hear but don't necessarily follow. This approach enables you to handle situations rationally and effectively, rather than being swept away by the intensity of the moment. This careful, deliberate approach earns the respect of those around you, showing that you are a person of discipline and control. Emotional balance is not just a tool for personal development, it's essential to becoming a better person. When you master the art of not reacting, you realize the freedom that comes from not being enslaved by your own emotions. This emotional freedom not only enhances your relationships, but also strengthens your self-esteem because you begin to see yourself as someone capable of handling any situation with grace and calm. By practicing Stoicism, the modern Stoic becomes a model of resilience and clarity, inspiring others to walk the same path. So, how have you maintained emotional balance in challenging situations? Share your experiences in the comments and let us know how Stoicism might be helping you master the art of not reacting. Topic 3: The power of strategic silence. Imagine yourself in a game of chess, where each move must be carefully calculated. In this game, silence is a piece you know how to use, and it can turn the tide in your favor. In Stoicism, strategic silence is a powerful tool that allows you to observe, reflect, and choose your next step without revealing your intentions. By choosing silence over an impulsive response, you exhibit an inner strength that perplexes and disarms those who try to provoke you. It's like an unshakable fortress that remains unmoved in the face of verbal attacks. Strategic silence isn't just the absence of words, it's the presence of wisdom. For instance, in a conflict where an explosive reaction is expected, choosing silence can cause others' expectations to crumble. This creates a space where you can calmly assess the situation and decide what is truly worth your energy. The modern Stoic understands that silence can speak louder than words, as it conveys a message of self-assurance and control. Picture someone standing in the midst of a storm of words, but remaining as still and serene as a mountain. This practice also underscores the importance of not giving others the power to dictate your emotions. By choosing not to respond immediately to a provocation, you retain that power for yourself, telling the world that your inner peace is not for sale. The Stoic understands that often the best response is silence because it doesn't add fuel to the fire of conflict but rather extinguishes it with grace. Think of silence as a precise sword, cutting through the cords of drama and negativity, freeing you to continue your journey with calm and purpose. Moreover, strategic silence serves as a shield in a world quick to judge and criticize. By choosing silence, you conserve your energy and avoid being drawn into unnecessary arguments. It's like building a fortress around your mind, allowing only what truly matters to enter. This doesn't mean isolating yourself, but being mindful of where and how you choose to share your words and thoughts. The modern Stoic employs silence as a way to maintain mental clarity and protect inner peace. Silence also holds the potential to transform relationships. Rather than reacting to criticism or provocation, the Stoic remains silent, showing that they aren't swayed by empty words. This can surprise and disarm those seeking a reaction. Imagine someone expecting an angry response and instead being met with calm silence. It not only breaks the cycle of negativity, but can even prompt the other person to reflect on their own actions. Stoicism teaches that, when used wisely, silence can be more powerful than any argument. The strength of strategic silence lies in its ability to give you the space to think before you act. Rather than rushing into decisions or replies, the modern Stoic uses silence to assess the situation, consider options, and make the most effective choice. This habit not only enhances discipline but also increases the chances of making sound decisions. Think of silence as the necessary pause in a symphony, making the music more impactful when the next note finally plays. In Stoic philosophy, this pause holds the key to wisdom. So how have you used silence in your life? Have you experienced the power of strategic silence to diffuse tense situations? Share your experiences in the comments and let us know how this Stoic practice has impacted your relationships and decision-making. Topic 4. Focus on the essential. Picture your life as a backpack you carry. With every choice and commitment, more weight is added. Stoicism teaches that to travel lightly and with purpose, you must focus on what is essential and eliminate what doesn't add value. This focus is like sifting gold from sand. You discard the distractions and carry only what is precious. The modern Stoic knows that true strength comes from a life simplified, where every action and decision is aimed at what genuinely matters. By prioritizing the essential, you create space for what truly brings meaning and purpose. Imagine a wardrobe filled with clothes you never wear, taking up unnecessary space. This is what life becomes when it's cluttered with commitments and worries that offer no real benefit. A Stoic, by focusing on what matters, says no to the superfluous and yes to what genuinely makes a difference. Not only does this simplify life, but it also sends a clear signal to the world you know what you want and are fully committed to it. This kind of clarity and resolve is one of the greatest strengths anyone can possess. Focusing on the essential also means being intentional with how you spend your time and energy. Rather than being swept up in distractions, the Stoic consciously chooses battles worth fighting, aligning their actions with their true values and purpose. Fighting with focus. Imagine a warrior who doesn't waste his arrows on trivial targets but instead reserves each one for the perfect moment. This is the strength of living a life focused on what truly matters. Every action is intentional, and every decision is strategic. The modern Stoic thrives with a clear sense of purpose, which not only makes them more effective but also brings deeper fulfillment. This minimalist approach also influences how others perceive you. When you live with focus, people start to notice that you don't get lost in the noise of distractions. They see in you an example of resolve and determination, someone who remains unshaken by the everyday chaos. This inspires respect and admiration because everyone desires that same clarity and purpose in their own lives. Stoicism teaches that when you live in alignment with your deepest values, you naturally become a source of inspiration for others. But how can you apply this focus in your daily life? Start by identifying what truly matters to you, your values, goals, and priorities. Then, evaluate where you're spending your time and energy and ask yourself, is this aligned with what really counts? If the answer is no, have the courage to let it go. This might mean saying no to certain commitments, redefining your priorities, or even taking a new direction in life. The modern Stoic knows that every no to the trivial is a yes to what truly matters. Focusing on the essential enhances your ability to live more intentionally, steering clear of the distractions of social expectations and moving steadily toward your genuine goals. This not only boosts your productivity but also deepens your sense of satisfaction. Imagine living each day with the confidence that you're progressing toward your most important aspirations, without being sidetracked by unimportant matters. That is the reward of a life centered on the essential, a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose. Now, I ask you, in which areas of your life do you need to focus more on what truly matters? Share in the comments how Stoicism can help you let go of the unnecessary and concentrate on what's most important. Topic 5. Setting boundaries. But picture yourself building a fence around a beautiful garden. This fence isn't meant to trap but to safeguard what's valuable inside. In life, that fence represents the boundaries you set for yourself and others. In Stoicism, establishing clear boundaries is essential for preserving your integrity and inner peace. The modern Stoic recognizes that by drawing these lines, they protect their well-being and communicate to others what is acceptable in their interactions. Setting boundaries is ultimately an act of self-respect that reinforces how you see yourself and how others view you. It allows you to take control of where you invest your time and energy. Think about the times when you felt overwhelmed by expectations that weren't truly yours. The modern Stoic learns to say no when necessary without guilt or hesitation. By doing so, they free themselves from external pressures and maintain focus on what truly matters. Imagine a navigator carefully charting their course, avoiding unnecessary storms and hazards. This is how life feels when you set boundaries calm, steady, and purposeful. Not only do boundaries protect your energy, but they also help you move more intentionally toward your goals. Boundaries as protectors of your peace. Setting boundaries is essential for preserving your time, energy, and inner peace. By clearly defining what is acceptable and what isn't, you create an environment where you can thrive without constantly feeling tested or pressured. This isn't an act of selfishness, but one of wisdom. The modern Stoic knows that their serenity is too valuable to be compromised by expectations or demands that don't align with their values. Establishing boundaries is like placing filters in your life, allowing only what is healthy and constructive to enter. These boundaries also have the power to transform how others perceive you. When you confidently define and defend your limits, people begin to respect you more. They see that you have a clear understanding of your priorities and that you won't compromise your values. This not only boosts your self-respect, but also teaches others how to treat you. Stoicism teaches that standing firm in your boundaries turns you into a person of character and integrity, someone who inspires confidence and admiration. But how do you set these boundaries effectively? Start by identifying your core needs and values. What are the things you are unwilling to compromise on? Once you know, communicate these boundaries clearly and respectfully to yourself and to others. This might involve difficult, but necessary, conversations or re-evaluating relationships that don't respect your boundaries. The modern Stoic understands that boundary setting is a critical part of personal growth and becoming a better version of oneself. It's a continuous journey of self-awareness and self-assertion. Setting boundaries isn't just about saying no to others, it's also about saying yes to yourself. It's a commitment to prioritize your own mental and emotional health. When you respect your own boundaries, you create a life that is sustainable and aligned with your true self. Think of it as planting the seeds of a garden that you will care for over time. With the right boundaries, this garden will thrive, becoming a constant source of strength and renewal. So reflect on this. What boundaries do you need to set to protect your well-being and maintain your inner peace? Share in the comments how you plan to apply this Stoic practice in your life. Topic 6. The role of time in wisdom. Imagine time as a river, flowing endlessly and steadily, yet gentle to those who learn to navigate its waters. In Stoicism, time is considered a powerful ally, a tool that, when used wisely, reveals true wisdom. The modern Stoic understands that time is crucial for developing patience, resilience, and a clear perspective on what truly matters. By waiting for the right moment to act, you demonstrate silent confidence and a deep understanding of the situation. It's like a master who recognizes that the art of waiting is just as important as the act itself. Stoicism teaches that patience is key to wisdom. The power of patience and time in Stoicism. Stoic philosophy teaches us to endure hardships with serenity, trusting that time will eventually bring clarity or, at the very least, a fresh perspective. Picture yourself planting a tree. You won't see the fruit right away, but with patience and care, the harvest will be plentiful. Life operates in the same way. The wisdom we gain often needs time to fully develop. A modern Stoic doesn't rush decisions but waits until emotions settle. allowing reason to guide the course of action. This deliberate use of time often surprises those who expect immediate reactions, showing that you aren't ruled by impulse. Time grants you the opportunity to assess situations with greater clarity and depth, free from the pressure to act hastily. This is especially important in moments of crisis, where the first reaction might not be the best one. The modern Stoic uses time as a protective shield against rash decisions and unnecessary mistakes. Imagine time as a lens that reveals details hidden at first glance. By waiting, you uncover subtleties that lead to more effective and deliberate actions. Time also acts as a patient teacher, instilling resilience. The challenges we face today may feel overwhelming, but with time we often realize they weren't as daunting as they seemed. Like a storm that eventually passes, problems fade, leaving behind valuable lessons that strengthen our ability to tackle new challenges. Visualize time as a forge, where the fires of trials shape and harden the blade of your resilience. Each challenge you face makes you stronger and more prepared for future adversity. In moments of anger, sadness, or anxiety, time becomes a soothing balm, easing intense emotions and offering clarity. Stoicism reminds us not to make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions, and time is the factor that allows us to see beyond the heat of the moment. Think of how the brightness of a sunny morning can completely change your perspective after a stormy night. The modern Stoic uses time to ensure that their choices are rooted in wisdom, not fleeting impulses. Stoicism also teaches us that time is finite and precious. Each moment that passes is an opportunity that will never return, so the modern Stoic seeks to live in alignment with their values and goals, making the most of every second. Time, when wisely utilized, becomes the raw material of a meaningful life. Picture time as the fabric with which you weave your existence. Each choice is a thread that, when woven carefully, creates a rich and lasting tapestry. Now reflect, how are you using time in your life? Are you waiting for the right moments or rushing into decisions? Share in the comments how Stoicism can help you make time your greatest ally. Topic 7: Stoic Resilience. Imagine a mighty oak tree standing tall amidst a raging storm. As the wind howls and the rain pours down, the oak remains steadfast, its roots deeply anchored in the earth. This image perfectly embodies the essence of Stoic resilience, a virtue that enables us to confront adversity with both courage and calm. The modern Stoic understands that resilience is more than just overcoming difficulties, it's about growing stronger from them. Every challenge is viewed as an opportunity to forge a stronger mind and an unshakable spirit. This process builds a character that isn't easily swayed by the storms of life. Stoic resilience encourages us to ask, what can I learn from this when faced with challenges? Instead of viewing obstacles as enemies, a Stoic sees them as valuable teachers. Imagine an athlete who, after each fall, rises stronger, better prepared for the next competition. In the same way, the modern Stoic uses adversities to fortify their mind and spirit, knowing that every difficulty surmounted is a step toward becoming a more resilient individual. This mindset turns every setback into a springboard for personal growth. For Stoics, true resilience is not found in avoiding difficulties, but in facing them head-on, with dignity and strength. Instead of retreating from life's challenges, the modern Stoic steps forward, fully aware that every difficulty encountered is an opportunity for growth. Each setback becomes a chance to sharpen their discipline, patience, and inner strength, making them increasingly resilient to external pressures. This Stoic resilience goes beyond mere endurance. It involves accepting what cannot be changed without giving in to despair. However, this acceptance is not passive resignation, it's about focusing energy on what can be controlled. Imagine a sailor facing a storm, who doesn't lament the fierce winds but adjusts the sails to stay on course. The modern Stoic, by embracing what cannot be altered, conserves energy for what truly matters, enhancing their resilience and enabling steady progress even in the harshest conditions. A vital element of Stoic resilience is the ability to remain calm under pressure. Picture a doctor in a chaotic emergency room, staying composed and focused, making swift and effective decisions despite the surrounding turmoil. This calm amidst the storm is a defining characteristic of Stoic resilience. The modern Stoic masters the art of maintaining mental clarity, even when it seems like everything is unraveling. They understand that panic and anxiety do not solve problems, but a serene mind and rational thinking do. This composure in chaos is what separates those who merely survive from those who truly thrive during difficult times. Stoic resilience is not something acquired overnight, it's cultivated over time through consistent practice and effort. Each challenge overcome is like laying another stone in the fortress of resilience. Over time, these small victories fortify one's character, creating a solid foundation capable of withstanding any hardship. The modern Stoic, through daily practice, builds a life rooted in strength, courage, and the confidence to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Now, think about yourself. How have you developed resilience in your life? Have you recognized how challenges can be opportunities for growth? Share your reflections and experiences in the comments, and explore how Stoic resilience can help you become unshakable in the face of adversity. Topic 8. The practice of gratitude. Imagine starting each day, not by dwelling on worries or challenges, but by reflecting on the things you're grateful for. Gratitude, a key pillar of Stoicism, has the power to completely shift your perspective, allowing you to see the beauty in life's simplest moments. The modern Stoic knows that by focusing on what they already have, rather than what is missing, they can shift their energy and create a protective shield against negativity. Gratitude isn't just a practice of contentment, it's a tool for resilience that fosters inner peace and strengthens relationships. When you respond to criticism or difficulties with gratitude, you disarm those expecting a negative reaction. Imagine someone anticipating irritation, only for you to thank them instead for the opportunity to learn. This unexpected response not only transforms the situation but also deepens your own sense of peace and resilience. This approach not only disarms others but elevates you to a state of calm. The modern Stoic uses gratitude as a protective shield, keeping negativity at bay and staying focused on what truly matters. Think of gratitude as a filter that retains what is good and discards anything that hinders your personal growth. Gratitude also profoundly affects daily interactions. By expressing thanks, you strengthen your connections with others, fostering an atmosphere of positivity and mutual support. Imagine how a simple thank you could shift a relationship that might otherwise deteriorate due to misunderstandings or unmet expectations. The modern Stoic recognizes that practicing gratitude improves personal well-being while also contributing to a healthier, more harmonious environment. Gratitude becomes a link that unites rather than divides. Moreover, gratitude keeps your mind anchored in the present. Often, anxiety and stress arise from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But gratitude draws you back to the here and now. Think of it as a beacon that illuminates the present, highlighting blessings you might overlook in the busyness of everyday life. The modern Stoic practices gratitude as a form of mindfulness, strengthening their focus on what truly matters. So, how can you bring more gratitude into your life? Start by listing 3 things you're grateful for each day, whether in the morning or before bed. It could be something as simple as appreciating the sunlight through your window or the health of a loved one. The modern Stoic understands that gratitude is a continuous practice, something to nurture daily to truly transform your life. Like a plant that blooms with care and attention, the more you cultivate gratitude, the more it grows, bringing beauty and peace to your life. Practicing gratitude also reinforces the understanding that true happiness comes from within. By focusing on what you're thankful for, you realize that you already have everything you need to be content, regardless of external circumstances. The modern Stoic doesn't seek happiness in material possessions or the approval of others, but in the simple, constant blessings of life. This realization brings a deep sense of contentment and resilience, allowing you to face challenges with a strong mind and a light heart. Now take a moment to reflect. What are you grateful for today? How has practicing gratitude impacted your life? Share your reflections and experiences in the comments on how gratitude can transform your daily life. Topic 9. The value of honesty. Imagine honesty as a crystal clear mirror reflecting the essence of who you truly are. In Stoicism, honesty is not just a virtue but a commitment to transparency and integrity. The modern Stoic understands that by living truthfully, they don't need to hide anything or worry about maintaining a false image, as their life is an open book. This dedication to honesty builds a solid foundation of trust, both with others and within oneself. Direct, straightforward honesty is a powerful tool, disarming criticism and establishing a reputation for unquestionable character. However, being honest doesn't mean being harsh or insensitive. The Stoic knows that truth should be delivered with compassion and respect, like a doctor administering a necessary but bitter remedy. Imagine a friend who tells you the truth, even when it's challenging. This is the kind of honesty that Stoics embrace, one that aims to foster your growth. By adopting this mindset, you become someone others can trust completely, knowing you will always speak the truth while considering their feelings and well-being. Beyond strengthening relationships, honesty serves as a powerful tool for personal development. When you are honest with yourself, you acknowledge your flaws, recognize your mistakes, and demonstrate a willingness to learn from them, paving the way for genuine growth. The modern Stoic doesn't shy away from their imperfections. Instead, they confront them head-on, using honesty as a compass guiding their journey of self-discovery. Imagine someone who stands up and takes responsibility for their actions instead of hiding behind excuses. This mindset not only fortifies your character but also inspires those around you to adopt a similar approach. Honesty also simplifies life in ways we often overlook. When you live transparently, there's no need to remember lies or manipulate situations to maintain a facade. Think of honesty as a breeze that clears away the clouds of confusion, bringing clarity to all aspects of your life. The modern Stoic embodies this philosophy, recognizing that the simplicity of being truthful is one of the quickest paths to inner peace. Therefore, honesty is not just a moral virtue but a practical strategy for living a lighter, more serene life. Another significant benefit of honesty is the solid reputation it builds. When you're known for your honesty, people trust you and seek your advice, knowing they will receive genuine and authentic responses. Imagine being the person others turn to in times of doubt, confident in your status as a beacon of truth in a world often clouded by illusions. The modern Stoic understands that such a reputation is earned through a consistent commitment to truth in all interactions. Honesty is a virtue that brings freedom. By living in accordance with the truth, you liberate yourself from the chains of deception and the need to uphold appearances. This freedom enables you to live authentically, aligned with your values and principles. Think of honesty as a key that unlocks the doors to a life filled with integrity and peace. The modern Stoic treasures this freedom, knowing that by being honest, they achieve harmony with themselves and the world around them. Now reflect on how honesty has influenced your interactions and personal growth. Have you practiced truth with compassion and integrity? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments on the transformative power of honesty. Topic 10. The power of negative visualization. Picture yourself standing before an approaching storm on the horizon. You have a choice: ignore it in hopes it passes with minimal damage, or prepare to confront it by reinforcing your home and stocking up on supplies. Negative visualization, a key concept in Stoicism known as premeditatio malorum, involves this mental preparation for potential challenges. The modern Stoic employs this practice to foresee difficulties and adversities not out of pessimism, but with the aim of being ready to face them with serenity and resilience. It acts as a mental shield that fortifies your mind and lessens the emotional toll when problems actually arise. While the idea of imagining negative scenarios may initially feel unsettling, it wields significant power: the power to keep you one step ahead. By visualizing potential setbacks and preparing for them, you diminish the shock factor, which is often what throws people off balance the most. For instance, when planning a trip, if you consider everything that could go awry, like delays, lost luggage, or changes in plans, you mentally equip yourself to handle any situation. What might otherwise be a stressful experience becomes something you're already ready to manage. The modern Stoic knows that negative visualization isn't about expecting the worst, it's about being prepared for the unexpected. Additionally, this practice teaches you to value what you have. By imagining the loss of something dear, whether it's a relationship, a job, or your health, you start to appreciate these aspects of life more deeply while they are still present. It's akin to viewing your life through a lens that emphasizes the worth of things often taken for granted. The modern Stoic practices this form of preventive gratitude, recognizing that awareness of life's impermanence makes every moment more precious and deserving of being fully lived. Negative visualization also fortifies your emotional resilience. By mentally confronting the worst-case scenarios, you desensitize yourself to the fear and anxiety those scenarios can provoke. Think of it as a warrior contemplating the potential wounds they might face before a battle. In doing so, they become more courageous and resolute. The modern Stoic employs this practice to cultivate a strong mind, capable of tackling any challenge with calmness and determination. This preparation not only lessens the impact of suffering but also enhances your ability to overcome it. Another advantage of negative visualization is that it fosters proactive behavior. When you anticipate potential problems, you're more likely to take measures to avert them or at least mitigate their effects. Imagine a sailor who, foreseeing a storm, adjusts their sails and reinforces the hull of their boat. In the same vein, the modern Stoic takes concrete actions to safeguard what is important, thereby avoiding or reducing potential hardships, the impact of adversities. This proactive mindset equips you to navigate life's turbulent waters with greater confidence and fewer surprises. Negative visualization serves as a powerful tool for personal growth. It encourages a detachment from specific outcomes while emphasizing the importance of preparation and adaptability. By foreseeing potential pitfalls, you become more flexible and adept at finding alternative solutions, even when things don't unfold as expected. Picture it as piecing together a puzzle before the pieces become fully scrambled. The modern Stoic acknowledges that life is inherently unpredictable, yet with negative visualization, they remain poised to transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Now, consider how you can begin to incorporate negative visualization into your life. What challenges can you foresee and prepare for? Share your thoughts in the comments on this Stoic practice and how it can bolster your resilience. Topic 11. Controlled indifference, the power of choosing your battles. Envision yourself on a battlefield, with arrows flying from every direction. If you attempt to combat every adversary that surfaces, you'll find yourself exhausted and vulnerable. Stoicism teaches us the art of controlled indifference, which involves the wisdom of discerning which battles are truly worth our energy and focus. The modern Stoic recognizes that not everything warrants a reaction often. True strength lies in letting go of what is beyond our control. By wisely selecting your battles, you conserve your energy for what genuinely matters, preserving your focus and inner peace. This skill of controlled indifference is honed through practice and reflection. Consider the everyday situations where you encounter minor provocations or unfair criticism. The instinctive reaction might be to defend yourself, but the modern Stoic understands that not all provocations merit a response. It's akin to being in a noisy parade. By choosing which sounds to heed, you can avoid mental and emotional fatigue. Controlled indifference involves ignoring what doesn't add value to your life, enabling you to concentrate on issues that truly hold significance. This approach also reflects a profound understanding of what lies within our control and what does not. The modern Stoic learns to differentiate between what can be changed and what must be accepted. Imagine attempting to control the weather. No matter how much you fret or try to influence it, it will follow its natural course. Similarly, many aspects of life simply cannot be altered, and resisting them only leads to frustration and exhaustion. Controlled indifference becomes the key to living peacefully with these realities, allowing you to focus on what you can genuinely influence. Moreover, controlled indifference enhances your ability to remain calm and centered in challenging situations. By choosing not to react to negative stimuli, you demonstrate a quiet confidence that disarms those who attempt to provoke you. Imagine a chess player who, instead of hastily making every move, carefully observes their opponent's strategy before deciding on their next step. The modern Stoic applies this same patience in daily life, recognizing that often the best action is inaction. This isn't passivity, it's a deliberate choice about where and when to invest your energy. Practicing controlled indifference also liberates you from the weight of others' opinions. The modern Stoic knows they cannot control what others think or say, but they can control their response. Picture yourself as an unshakable rock in the middle of a stream. The waters may try to pull you away, but you stand firm. By cultivating this skill, you become resilient to criticism and praise that lack substance, maintaining your integrity regardless of external influences. Controlled indifference represents a form of self-preservation, enabling you to live in alignment with your values without being derailed by unnecessary distractions or conflicts. By wisely selecting your battles, you conserve your energy for what truly matters, fostering your personal growth and well-being. Think of it as a gardener who removes weeds so that their plants can thrive. The modern Stoic understands that by practicing controlled indifference, they create a nurturing environment where what is essential can flourish. Now reflect on which battles in your life truly warrant your attention and which you can let go. Share in the comments how controlled indifference can help you live with greater serenity and purpose.